It's a beautiful day. We figured we'd do a little recording. We're coming up to Riverside Road off of Scenic. The 94 south, the 274 west. Got some mowing going on. I was watching the guys mow today. They're experts. I would have ran over every mailbox. County would have had to replace every mailbox. Giant deer. Somebody doesn't have a seatbelt on, but he does now. So yeah, beautiful day though. Supposed to rain a little bit. We just figured we'd go on a drive. Well, actually, we're going to the grocery store. So we're leaving Riverside and Scenic Road outside of Freeze, Virginia, and we are heading to Independence, Virginia, which is the county seat for Grayson County. We get this beautiful drive here next to the river almost the whole way. The new river is on the left side. August 12th. What's the temperature? Let's see what the official Jeep gauge says for temperature here. 80 degrees.
11:30 a.m.
So that's the new river off to the left side there. I don't know if I can adjust this camera to get any of that or not. It'll be looking sideways now. A lot of little RVs beside the river. A lot of them got washed away in the last flood. I guess that doesn't happen too often. They've been there a number of years, but just caught everybody off guard. But the new river is kind of strange because it actually flows north. Almost all rivers flow south, and it's one of the oldest rivers on the earth. Oh, right over that piece of board in the road. So yeah, flows north, one of the oldest rivers in the United States. I'm sorry, oldest river on the earth. Maybe the Nile might be older. So anyways, it's been here a while. Probably first flood. So I'll just shut up and you can look out the window. I should talk, I suppose. That's the whole reason for the video. So if you're somewhere that you hate, like I was in Arizona and I hated it. I hated it for a long time. So finally, we went a couple different areas. We went to Washington State, bought a place up there, drilled a well, got electric in. One day, I guess about May. I didn't do enough research apparently. We had been there in the spring. It was beautiful, but it really dries out a lot in the summer. You don't get any rain from about May. You don't get none June, July, August. You might get a little rain, but I mean, it's like an inch a month. Everything burst into flames. There was fires everywhere. It got to 107 degrees. And I told the wife, let's call the realtor and sell this place. Go somewhere else. So that's what we did. Went back to Arizona. I had everything hauled up to Washington. We were in my old 96 Power Stroke diesel. We held a little 12-foot trailer, an enclosed trailer, not an RV, and we slept in that enclosed trailer. It was rough. And then I think one night we got a motel, and the next two nights we slept in the trailer again. And at RV parks, it wasn't, looking back on it, it wasn't too bad. When you were doing it, it really wasn't that much fun. But that's the price you got to pay if you're going to go somewhere. I didn't want to be hauling a giant RV with me. I had some stuff, tools I need to bring, so I was probably going to be building there. So went ahead and got to Washington. And we had never seen that property either. We bought that property. It was during COVID, and we had to get the hell out of Arizona. It was really starting to bother us, so we looked at a piece of property. We had been down that road one time when we visited that area, when I thought it was so beautiful. And it is beautiful for a certain amount of time. But we found a piece of property on Williams Lake Road, and we bought it. It was like 8 acres for 50 grand. And we never saw it. We Google Earthed it, we looked at it. It looked relatively flat. It looked like there was some mountains around it. Like I said, we were done, so we just went ahead and made an offer on it and bought it. And we left about 10 days later, I think, and the property was going to close, so we got there. We didn't know where we were going. We didn't know where the property was, so figured out approximately where it was and pulled up onto the property. Now, of course, the truck had done great for the last 1,600 miles, and right as we go to turn in, one of the calipers on the brake, one of the bolts on the calipers wiggled out and was loose. It wasn't just loose, it was gone. So the caliper turned sideways and was rubbing on the wheel. So when I went to back up near the property, it was dragging the front wheel. I didn't know what the hell was going on. You couldn't tell what it was at first. And so I put it in 4-wheel drive, and we just skidded that wheel all the way back about 100 feet and headed up a hill that we shouldn't have been going up with a trailer that we shouldn't have been pulling up the hill. Made it to the top, took the wheel off. I think I took the day off from there. I took the hub apart. I didn't see no damage in there, so anyways, then I took the wheel off. And when I took the wheel off, I saw the caliper just hanging there. So anyways, luckily it happened right when we got there. I never did find the bolt. I don't know where it was. Went to the hardware store. Actually, I tightened it up. We drove into town with one caliper bolt into the nearest hardware store, about 7-8 miles, and got a new bolt for it, put it back together. And she's been perfect ever since then. But I did add a whole bunch of Loctite to all those caliper bolts. I had never seen one wiggle out like that. But anyways, that's what happened. So we got there, and the property was beautiful, and we drilled the well and got the electric, and like I said, everything burst into flames. We went back to Arizona, kind of regrouped, started looking again, Google Earthing again. My grandfather was from a place called Pikeville, Kentucky. I'm originally from Ohio. My parents wanted to move to Arizona. They were done with the winters there, so we moved to Arizona. And I think I hated it from the day I got there. But when you're a little kid and you're moving, you get in the car and you shut up and you move. So after years and years of that, we ended up buying some property in Alpine, Arizona, which is in Arizona, more east than north. It's about halfway in the middle of the state. It's 8,000 foot elevation. Looks like Colorado, pine trees, beautiful, cold weather, cool temperatures. But again, it likes to burst into flames every once in a while too. So anyways, needed more rain, needed a longer growing season, and that's when we decided we would head east. I never thought I'd go east. We headed east. So if you're looking to get out of somewhere you don't like, Southwest Virginia is really beautiful. You got the Blue Ridge Mountains, runs from about what is it, Pennsylvania?
Georgia to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, from Georgia to Pennsylvania. So if you can't find a piece of property in that area that you like, you probably need to stay where you're at. It is beautiful. So getting out here, we bought an RV in Arizona, a little 19-foot RV, and we pulled that. If you're gonna make a move, get yourself a enclosed trailer, haul your stuff in. I got a 32-foot enclosed trailer. It was my truck will pull it, but it goes real slow. And anyways, I hired a guy to haul the stuff for me. It was Mr. Tennessee. He's a YouTube guy, and he came and picked up the trailer and hauled it from Arizona to our place here in Virginia. And then we got a hold of, what was it?
Hot Shot Adventures.
Hot Shot Adventures.
YouTube.
Girl, yeah, another girl off of YouTube. Natalie, I believe is her name. And she picked up our F-150 and hauled it from Arizona to Virginia. buy a new truck. I actually had the money. I could have bought a new $100,000 Ford truck, but I don't want it. I don't need it. I ain't gonna do it. It's way too much money, and I ain't gonna waste my money on stuff that goes straight down in value. So, have those guys haul your stuff. There's a lot of them on there. I don't know. I haven't been looking for it, but there's a lot of people that will haul that stuff for you. So you don't have to worry about doing it. So we got to Virginia. We stayed in the Freeze RV park. We drove around, I don't know, 100 miles in every direction looking for something. It was, just coming off the road, not having a house for over a year, year and a half, maybe almost 2 years. We were done. So we looked around. This place was really beautiful. I'm like, well, if this place is this beautiful, why don't we look around here? So we drew a map on Zillow, drew a little outline there, and went and looked at. There was actually 2 pieces of property. The second one was really nice, and we ended up buying it, 3.5 acres for 50 grand. It had a well and a perk test. There used to be an old house on it. It was gone when I got there, but that's what you need to do. This is what it looks like here. If you like it, you get about 38 inches of rain a year. It's supposedly about half cloudy and half sunny. If you look it up, it's a growing zone of 6A, I think. So pretty good weather. Not too cold, not too hot, just about perfect. So I guess that's it. We're going to be turning on to the 58 here. And this is the one that heads right into Independence, Virginia. There ain't a whole lot in Independence, Virginia. There's a grocery store, a few gas stations, a couple restaurants. The county complex is there. That's where we went to apply for the building permit to build the house that we're in now. So after we bought the land, we got a plan, just a 650 square foot house, 640 square feet, and it's kind of like a park model. Those beautiful park models you see, they're all junk. So I didn't buy one. I just went and built something about like it. I really like it. Electric's low, taxes are low. Put metal siding on it, put a metal roof. Ain't got to work on it. Got to do no sealing, painting, caulking, chinking. So I like to buy bare land. I like to build my own house. There's a lot of houses here for sale. Some of them are old. In Arizona, you look at a house from 1970. It's like, that house is old. I've seen houses here from 1870. The one that was on our property was built in the 1920s. So a lot of old houses here. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Those cable shows fixing up, revamping that old farmhouse. Looks like it's a lot of fun. Well, it ain't that much fun, I can tell you that. I just like to build my own if I can. You can keep the old house there for nostalgia or something. Put a bar in it. I don't know. You can fix it up in time if you wanted to, but living in an RV and fixing up an old farmhouse with all the inherent problems that comes with that, it ain't a good time. So here we are coming up to the town. They do have a prison here too, so they have the, what's it called, River North Correctional Institute. Beautiful place to go to prison. If you're gonna go to prison, I guess you should go to prison here. I'm not sure if they got a big wall where you can't see out, but if it was just a big fence, you're gonna have some beautiful scenery. You're gonna stop at the Grayson Natural Foods on the way back, get some meat sticks. The lady here makes things like a Slim Jim, those round meat sticks in little packages, only it's grass-fed beef, real quality ingredients. So we'll probably stop by there and get a box of those. We're out right now. I don't like to be out. So here we are, folks. You got a Dollar General in a food city. Food City's kind of like I don't know. I guess kind of like a pretty good grocery store. They do a good job. Haven't had any problems. We came in the one day and bought some garlic and ginger and stuff, and we were using the self-checkout, and somehow it never got in the bag. So next time we were there about 3 days later, we asked them. She went over there and grabbed a list and said, yeah, it's on the list here. Yeah, garlic and what was it? Garlic and ginger root. So they said, go over there and get you some more garlic and ginger root. So that was nice of them. We did have a receipt, but they seem to be a good company. I guess that's it. We're here, folks.